unboxing is a paperback picture book, and I believe it is a Native American story, and it's military related. So let's take a look. So it's Jim and the Red Tails by Jeremy P. Amick. Let's see if we can read more about this. He grew up in the segregated community in the Midwest, but he joined an all. So this is Jim Shipley. He joined an all-black air unit. Oh, so he's part of the Tuskegee, Air Force. So it is a Native American. It's black. Cool. So this is about the airmen. You know who else? Carole Boston Weatherford has a really wonderful novel in verse about the Tuskegee Airmen as well, and it's I have it in my bookshelf somewhere. It's great, and it would be another story that you could pair together. So this is from Tulsa, the publisher. Oh, and this is this is very personal. The author is friends with Jim and wants to share his story, because the Tuskegee Airmen, this is not a story that's like in our history books. And it wasn't just the like the U.S. military, like basically U.S. government jobs had racial barriers up until after World War II, because my mother, who was Japanese American and forced out of her home during World War II for being Japanese American, she said, like, as soon as the war ended, she signed up to be a civil servant, because before that, if you were Japanese American or probably anyone of color, you could not work for the U.S. government. And I know nursing was like a really good profession where you could get free nursing training if you were an Army nurse, and that avenue also was only for white people, until World War II, where for the first time, because of a shortage of them, they opened it up, I think specifically to black women, and pilots as well. This training was the first time here for the Tuskegee Airmen, and that's just an example of structural racism. And so here's a story of Jim, how he grew up. He didn't have a high school in town, so did he not even go to high school? But he decided to join this all-black Air Force. For the first time. It wasn't like this opportunity existed before, Jim was offered it. And he joined, he was trained, and then he became a fighter in the 332nd Fighter Group. So I think they were like the, I don't know if he flew or if he just did like kind of, support for, because I think it just needs a crazy amount of, like making sure the plane is perfect. And so, here is how they became the Red Tails. So they painted the planes red to make it easier to recognize, friend from foe in the air. And then more on his personal story of how he started a family, and just the Red Tail. So it's like it sounds like it's a group within the Tuskegee Airmen, the Red Tail specifically. Wow, I'm excited. So this is a really great book to add to Black History Month, February, because it gives another very specific and true story that has not been included in the history books. So Jim and the Red Tails, Jeremy P. Amick, thank you so much for sending me this book. He is a author and historian, and this is his second picture book. This is so great. And I really like the personal connection he has to Jim in the book.